Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. And it fell on Christmas Eve this time, which means that I guess next year is the second time the Walking Wednesday would fall on a Christmas Day, if I remember how days of the week tend to match up, so to speak. So, yeah, I guess I've got to look forward to that. Except this time we most likely will not be in Liverpool as that transpires. That being said, the places around here have been mostly as empty as there can be. I say that knowing full well there's a person who's right about to approach me in the alley, so I will have to go up here. There we go. You know, with a few exceptions, there are. It is mostly empty around here. So, yeah, fun. I thought I would stroll towards the quiz area, even though we didn't have a quiz this time, because I missed out on the chance last time. It's been quite the, quite the rocky time. I mean, December usually is quite busy for me anyway, regardless of what's happening. I don't know, frankly, what I was thinking when I accepted the position of judge of Gacha Fest 2026. Well, one of the judges. Speaking of that, one of the other judges has left a bunch of voice messages, I presume, about like the opinions of either the nominations we've left behind or some of the videos themselves. One of the things actually was, because this was Jan Rayo, by the way, who said, "Oh yeah, some of the videos are really impressive. Some of them really didn't eat this time," or something to that effect. Which, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when, you encapsulate everything that has happened in a year. You're always going to end up with a mixture of quality items and not so quality items. That's just how it goes. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I suppose. Yeah, I probably should not have picked a windy day to arrive around here. I was just curious to see if there were any Christmas decorations up. Those lights have been there for a while, so I don't know. Yeah, I probably won't stick around here for too long, or if I do, I will endeavour to get some coverage. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, with that in mind, what was I saying before this point? Oh, yeah, to the effect of different nominations and such. So, yeah, that's one thing that I gravely miscalculated on. I was under the impression that the nominations would need to be in by the 31st for Gacha Fest, this is. Because I thought that was when, all the things were going to be collected, let's say. I guess what Mops meant by that was more the nominations themselves would be, I guess, judged and categorized and such by that point. Which, if that is the case, then I wonder what we're going to do in the meantime. But anyway, so they had to actually be in by the 20th, which actually meant that for a number of days I was not only cramming in a few actual gacha reviews with the Gacha Fest playlist, but I was also watching several entries, in my spare moments, just casually trying to judge them in the moment as quickly as possible. I wonder if next year we should, have a range, let's say, for the different judges. Maybe that wouldn't quite be fair, I guess, if, one range happens to be of lower quality where they get nominated regardless. I don't know how that's going to, but that all depends. Again, I don't know how that's going to work in terms of classifying, everything and who actually receives the awards. I don't know if it's going to be Mops that decides all of that, or if it's going to be a mixture of everyone. For the Jacobs, I'll say, we tend to collect our nominations in a document, and then we go over which ones we put forward and let the audience decide on them. Which does remind me that I need to put my nominations in to set that up. One other things to do today. Another thing is, of course, that more Percy Jackson content has come out, so my brother and I are going to hopefully watch that upon his return, or possibly upon mine. It depends which one of us arrives back first. Yeah, who knows. So, but yeah, aside from that, I'll also say, because I haven't told anyone this yet, even Aiden actually, as of right now, one thing I want to do when I go back is I want to record something, because there's not going to be any more streams until after Christmas, because I have family staying over, and they're in that room. But there's going to be one more upload, possibly. Depends on music video timings and everything, because it's mostly on, because Aiden's in charge of visuals for the AFMAL music videos that you've been seeing this year, and technically also last year, I think. I'm pretty sure that oh wait, no, that one was also collected by me, I think, the Ruby one. Yeah, not sure. I gotta ask Aiden what it was like editing his own voice in the Vlad one specifically, but oh well. But my main point is I'm going to record that later, because I haven't told Aiden this, but the next song is fully written. Finished it yesterday. So yeah, we'll be I'll be recording that. Still debating whether or not to do it in the actual octave or do the smooth voice that accompanies it. That's a hint as to who it consists of, but you never know. If you were paying attention to the last stream that I did. Yeah, so that's probably going to be either the last thing or not the thing, and it depends. Because Aiden is also working on, well, I say Aiden is, technically we both are now, a particular Mutant Girl thing that Aiden pitched and put forward as something that I would be completely hands off on at first. Because I was honestly not super keen on devoting time to the idea. Because as far as Mutant Girls supplementary content goes, over the years, it's caused a number of delays for like actual releases of the series, which is and that was even before they started actually, being super delayed. I had the Concluding 2021 thing that I, very narrowly missed by 10 days for season 2. And that was because Through Her Eyes was pitched, but, and it was then intricately woven into the actual mystery of season 2, so they complement each other. So I'm not against supplementary content, but I do know that the more things that get approved to do so, the more time gets taken away from actually, releasing new parts of the story, which is the part that I care about most of all. So yeah, I'm weary of that for that reason. Yeah, so but this one particularly, I know Aiden said, don't worry about it, I'm gonna do so in the background, and that may be the last time that I trust him on his word in that regard, because as it turns out, I'm pretty sure I offered to do like the mouths, because it's, again, Gacha Life 2. I'm one of the only people who knows how to do the moving mouths for Gacha Life 2, or at least in a way that, at least in a non-lip syncing fashion. One of the only people in the world, actually, that has even attempted such a thing. But anyway, so that's why I'm usually on mouth duty when it comes to stuff like that. But there is there's also the caveat that you know, he then said to me, as I was giving him back some of the scenes that I put mouths on before going to bed, mind you. You know, he said, "Oh yeah, wait, can you add like this sound effect for, you know, this scene?" I was like, "Wait, you want me to do the sound effects as well?" Because I don't think we discussed scoring at that point. You know, Aidan said that, you know, people like it more when I do the scoring for videos, which is true. You know, for the time that during the time period that I was doing the scoring for Fallen Angels, you know, people seemed to, you know, enjoy what there was, or at least it was the subject of less sound-related mockery, let's say, around that time. You know, never forget the rapidly flapping wings that, you know, always accompany things now. Yeah. So I do acquiesce that, you know, yes, I've had a better track record when it comes to soundtrack, a better soundtrack record, if you will, than he has. So yeah, I guess that's one thing. But yeah, in terms of being hands off, I was like, oh well, okay, I guess you know, that whole thing was a false promise, let's say. So yeah, who knows? That was just kind of thing. Like, yes, you know, I'm gonna, you know, given that I've been rushing around so much, I'm gonna take December 23rd and just be like, yep, I'm gonna do something chill today. You know, a couple of very short mouth syncings here and there, because they didn't take that long actually. And then focus on, you know, well, write the song as well. I did that too. And then nominations would be possibly today, or maybe Boxing Day. I'm not gonna do anything on Christmas. So, but you know, there things are. December throws more surprises yet again. But yeah, no, if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna say, here you go. This is it. I had to find the moving sky again, because I didn't imagine that for this particular thing I would actually be using that exact same sky, the exact same background again. But again, twists and turns, I suppose. It's like when it comes to voice acting for Butterverse content. Once you're in, you can be called back years later, and you never know what to expect. It's a good thing I always save the files. Yeah. I don't know. One thing that I'm wondering about is that Aidan has now pitched a trilogy of ideas for supplementary Music Go content. I'm like, okay, sure. I thought I'd be done after one such a holiday-themed celebration, but apparently not. It's one of those things where, like, you know, it's the same thing similar to the Christmas special where, you know, every year I was reminded of it until I finally was like, yeah, fine, I'll just do it. So yeah, I guess hound me enough, and then, you know, the fans have their way. Oh well. As far as actual Mutant Go content goes, obviously the remake is going to start production in January, like they always do. But there's always a grace period before that, where the voice actors don't send stuff in, so no one can actually work on anything. And in that time, you know, I can continue at least to tinker away at other Mutant Go stuff, you know, for the actual next episode, because as it turns out, there's more audio that was collected for that than I anticipated. So yeah, fairly nice. In fact, there's so much of it that was almost all of it. I just needed one. No, there's still one person I need. You know, I need more lines from, but you know, I'm not going to say that on Christmas Eve, I don't think. But anyway, as for the actual Jacobs, you know, the thing that I was intending to focus on over the holidays, all this time. Yeah, well, no, I already mentioned that. I already mentioned my nominations and such. So yeah, I guess once I put those in, you know, people will have probably a day or so to actually put those together, so that then we can, you know, scramble away behind the scenes to, you know, make all of the announcement cards and awards and such things. We might have to round down actual nominations depending on how Bond wants to structure the Google Forms, and also for the sake of usually for award shows you end up with like 3 nominations rather than the several that we have. Gacha Fest also accounted for this, by the way. We've got a limit of 5 basically, so my method of noting down every possible one in order to like round them down later ended up working, but I had to be quite ruthless afterwards with some of them. And there was a maximum. There was a maximum cap and no minimum cap. So, for some of them, I didn't even get to nominate anything. There was no time to actually watch any gacha movies, nor was I ever inclined to do so for gacha review. After, most of the time arriving post rehearsal or, having something else going on to that effect. Speaking of rehearsals, by the way, I was right in the sense that I would be, have to accept the consequences of not giving shout-outs. Although I did explain there was no time to do so. Now Adam has started telling the story. Adam, the director, this is. Should give him a code name, I keep forgetting to do that. But he's been telling the story now. Quite significantly. So, still please go ahead and, we need to sell more tickets. I know there's like a matinee that is almost sold out, but as far as other performances go, I'm actually not sure. I don't think so. So yeah, who's to say really? Still need a couple of props for my second part actually. Not props, costume pieces. But yeah, otherwise everything is coming along. I feel like once we actually, just keep running through it a couple more times, it'll get there. We're all knowledgeable enough to pull it off. And I always think when there's an audience there, at least I end up, performing better. The more people are actually, there and engaging with it and everything. So, yeah, probably good that I end up, having the part of the quote-unquote show stealer. So that will pay itself off. But that's it, really. I think as far as other stuff goes, I did all of the Christmas shopping. I think there might be another guest that I might have forgotten. I'm not sure. I just saw his name on a present, but it might be something to be delivered on the day rather than actually attending. I completely forget. But yeah, aside from that, I'm done. I'm most looking forward to, chilling and watching some more Percy Jackson. Hopefully that will end up happening. And I think since it's still light, I actually have I've hurried enough, and yeah, I'll get on to recording that. So Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it, Happy Holidays to those that don't, and please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe to us already, and on that note, until next time, farewell.